The Autel X-Star Premium is an advanced entry-level drone that pretty much is aimed to compete with the Phantom 4 head-on. The Autel X-Star Premium has an amazing price tag of just $899 and it packs a lot of features that even pros can use. Let's find out how good this drone is out in the field. Before we get started, I just want to say that I'm not a professional drone user and I just actually got into the world of droning, so just keep that in mind as you watch this video. Let's start with the unboxing. Autel includes all your standard things like a battery, a charging cable, the remote, a drone attached with a gimbal with an included camera on that gimbal, some extra propellers, stickers, landing cushions, and stabilizer spacers, and of course plenty of literature. The Autel X-Star comes in two different flavors. The first is the basic model with the standard X-Star title that comes in a white and red color scheme. Then you have the X-Star Premium, which we'll be looking at today. The X-Star Premium has a more ruggedized look with its orange and black color scheme, which is standard. However, you are also able to get the X-Star Premium in the white and red, just like the standard X-Star, depending on where you live and of course where you're looking. The X-Star Premium gets twice the range in terms of its HD live view technology, and it also comes with a 64GB SD card and a really nice carrying case that is made of solid material with a built-in zipper. When compared to something like the DJI case, which is made of nothing but foam, you can definitely see the difference in quality. The drone is made of solid glossy plastic with bits of aluminum throughout. My first impressions when taking this thing out of the box was actually quite surprising. For a second, I thought I was unboxing a DJI Phantom 4 just in a much more badass color combination. However, after manipulating the drone around a bit, I quickly realized that the X-Star Premium is constructed better than the Phantom 4. Go figure. Even the remote itself just feels better in the hand. Having a matte texture to it with some rubber strips on the backside, holding this remote is incredibly easy thanks to the grip that you get from it. If it starts to tire you out or you feel the need for more control, you can always connect the included neck strap for easy mobility or just stabilization. The remote also has a built-in LCD display that gives you some basic flight information like distance traveled, battery life, etc. Using the included clamp and connecting your tablet to the remote via the USB port on the backside gives you much more control. Of course, you will need to download the free Starlink app located in the iOS App Store or the Google Play Store on Android to gain full functionality. Once installed, set up, and connected, you're ready to get things popping. All of your launch controls are located right there on the remote. This is one feature I find incredibly useful. Why? Well, sometimes I don't want to necessarily launch right away, I just want to start the propellers, and I can do that with the Autel X-Star Premium. After basically turning on the motors and letting the blades chop for a second, you can make sure your drone is linked up to your phone or tablets and it's time for launch. The Autel X-Star Premium has some amazing tech built inside which will assist you in the linking up process. The X-Star Premium uses dual GPS and GLONASS navigation. Basically, this will ensure that you stay in contact even when the signal is weak or poor. You have the ability to follow, orbit, and use waypoints for capturing scenes in many different ways. Autel uses something they call the Star Point Navigation System, which will let the drone level and keep stable at low altitudes. The camera that comes with the X-Star Premium is actually quite good. It has the capability to record 4K at up to 30 frames per second, 2.7K at up to 60 frames per second, 1080p at up to 120 frames per second, and 720p at up to 240 frames per second. It is a 12 megapixel camera, so stills will have plenty of resolution for cropping and editing, so no worries there. From my experience, colors are quite nice. They are a bit on the oversaturated side, and the white balance does tend to prefer the cooler side of the spectrum, but overall, in terms of sharpness and clarity, it really does look good. You do get manual controls, so if you do find that the saturation is too much for your liking or that the colder white balance is just, throwing you off, you can always shoot in that manual mode in a flat profile. Surprisingly, the footage is able to be pushed quite a bit in terms of grading, and you're able to achieve a nice cinematic look. The gimbal that supports the camera is of good quality. It is a 3-axis gimbal that maintains a nice, smooth, stable, and balanced level. This in return is able to ensure most of your footage coming off of the X-Star Premium appears extremely smooth without jagged movements, and it puts off the effect that you're, actually floating. The X-Star Premium can fly up to a distance of 2,000 meters when you're not in beginner mode. One issue I found was that the further I flew, it seemed like the less control I had. When you factor that in with the overall stabilization during windier days, it makes operation of this drone, a bit difficult. In a few of my sample clips, you will notice how the drone just randomly veers to the left. This was a mixture of wind and the amount of distance I was from the drone, which mind you was well under the max 2,000 meters. I thought maybe it could have been a random occurrence at first, but it happened several times during a wedding shoot and it messed up some of the footage by the jerkiness of getting the drone back on track. Battery life is typical of a drone of this caliber. Averaging between 20 to 25 minutes on a single charge per flight, it's pretty important that you plan your shots before flying. I wouldn't say it is great, but considering I get about 23 minutes per flight on my Phantom 4, it is to be expected and on par with other drones. So in conclusion, the Autel X-Star Premium is a hell of a drone for the price point. You get a premium constructed drone with an excellent carrying case, a great quality camera, and many of the same features that are on the flagship Phantom 4, which is around $200 to $300 more expensive. With that being said, I still think the Phantom 4 is a better drone, and it's rightfully priced even with the increased amount of money you have to pay. For those that are on a budget, however, and cannot afford the Phantom 4, I think the X-Star Premium is the best value per dollar on the market to date. If you're looking for a high-quality drone that is capable of producing gorgeous footage while being loads of fun, look no further than the X-Star Premium. If you want some more detailed information and a more thorough, in-depth look at this drone, make sure you head over to my website and check out the write-up. I highly recommend this drone for beginners and intermediate drone flyers. For links on purchasing and availability, hit up the links in the description below and they'll take you over to Amazon where you can purchase it today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, do be sure to subscribe to the notification squad and the channel. Follow me on all my social media platforms. Go ahead and like the video just because you're a boss. And of course, I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Be easy.